recorded this immediately after we reacted to the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer, so some of the information might be a little bit outdated. I'm going to try to interject with updated information where applicable. Hello everyone and welcome to something entirely brand new. I've never done anything like this before, but back when the original Switch came out, I watched so many videos of people talking about, whoa, there's this thing that I saw in there, and that could mean this, and oh. And then I watched that, and then last night, I watched through it very slowly. I scrubbed it, I watched it frame by frame, I had my own thoughts, and one of them is crazy, and I don't know if anyone's thought of it.
Okay.
People probably have, because people think of the absolute most insane schizophrenic things, but it sounds so stupid, I can't imagine why anyone would think it, but there's probably people out there who thunk it. So if people have thunk any of these things, I'm not saying I came up with the idea, I'm just saying I came up with it on my own without knowing those people also came up with it.
No, it's all original, it's all you.
It's all mine! I'm patenting it! You can't use it, Nintendo. Anyway, I made a slideshow so I can better explain it to Alex. And I'll pop pictures of it on screen for people to see in editing. But there's a size chart I made myself.
I see.
I took the visual they gave us of the original Switch, and I calculated how different that was from my actual Switch I have right now that I measured for that. And then I used those calculations to math out how big the new Switch should be. Current Switch is 4 inches tall and 7 inches wide. And I mapped out that the new one is going to be 5 inches tall and 9 to 10 inches wide. I got like 9 point something. But that's a much better size because the Switch's Joy-Cons are, as you can see in the trailer here, that's bigger.
It is bigger. And as we all know, bigger is better.
Feel how 5 inches feels in your hand. Don't you dare make a dick joke.
You can't.
I know, it's smaller than you're used to. Also, something I didn't even notice to mention when we were reacting to it yesterday. There's an extra button.
Extra button?
They had an extra button right here.
Oh!
That wasn't there before.
Huh. Is the other side just missing a button on the other controller?
Yeah, this one doesn't get an extra button.
Oh, so it still has a button, though.
Yeah, but this one just gets an extra button.
Wonder what that's for.
I don't know, but I am curious. This new button is rumored to be a C button. What the C stands for, nobody seems to know. The coup de grace of my midnight psychosis last night doing this.
Yeah, you were up all night. You were up when I woke up.
What does this remind you of? It leads into another thing. Something I noticed about the triggers. They wrap around the side.
Okay.
Which, I have a switch right here. They don't.
Okay.
So they wrap around. So it makes a curve on the side that you can still push from the side. I think they're moving around here like it's a mouse.
Oh.
And for a brief second, there's a part here where it like, is it when it come? No, it's here. Fills in these. I saw this at first and I was like, that's probably a thing for a wrist strap or something. No, the attachments come with those straps, obviously.
Oh. Interesting.
It looks like the laser on the bottom of a mouse.
It does. How is that supposed to work, though?
I don't know, but if my crazy theory is right, they're gonna let you use your Switch 2 Joy-Cons as little mice.
That's funny. You're a smart man. I would have never noticed that.
I decided to go through it at 50% speed, and I saw that it actually showed you what that was, and I was like, I recognize that. Huh. I just lifted my mouse upside down for everyone that can't see me.
Everyone that can't see you except for me.
Yeah, but that's great. Also, on this little thing, I didn't even notice the first time I saw it. You actually see the wrist straps here. These click into the wrist straps as they hit the ground.
Oh.
They don't change the size at all because the things already stick out. It just makes it fill out the space. So that's going to be nice. I also appreciate that they're colored. I really like the coloring of this with the gentle accents.
Yes.
I think that's nice because as much as I love colorfulness, I think the bright blast your eyeballs neon on the original was a little too much, especially with the fact that they don't even choose matching colors.
Neon? You mean just the red?
They're called neon.
Ah.
But I'd be fine with the neons if they at least gave you matching colors. I want two blues. I don't want red and blue. At the start, they show there's a USB-C port, the charging port on the bottom.
Yes.
I barely even registered. They also showed on the top there's another USB-C port.
Weird.
So I don't know if that's going to be for something specific or if it's just so you can also charge it through the top when you're playing so it doesn't have to come out the bottom.
Oh.
Because the bottom's obviously for the dock. But yeah, charging through the top while you're playing in handheld would be nice.
Would be.
Next thing, new kickstand, obviously.
Oh,
This
yeah.
new kickstand looks so much better. Looks like the Switch OLEDs, but I don't think the OLED Switch had... I might be wrong because I don't have an OLED. It's been a while since I've seen one. I don't think it had these little hinge joints.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the OLED at my work in a while.
I'm going to look it up right now. Yeah, no, it was just a flat, like... well, it did have hinges, but it was a more straight triangle.
Okay.
Like the full back. This is more of a...
Open back like my tablet
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah. I think this looks better.
Detach button?
New detach button. On the back of them, it shows it...
Oh.
Yeah, it's got those little, like, lever-looking detach buttons instead of the tiny little circles.
Oh, I never noticed that they had detach buttons on the Switch.
Yeah, if you want to take them off the rail, you gotta hold that down.
Oh.
So that's gonna be some sort of detach from the, presumably, magnet holding it in there.
I have a Switch leg, so I never had to deal with that.
Yeah, new detach button. Just something I noticed. New straps, already mentioned that. New grip. They actually show that near the end here. That's much wider than the current Switch grip.
Oh, good.
Because, I got a picture. That's barely wider than a Joy-Con itself.
Oh.
That looks wider than the new Joy-Cons.
Hmm.
Which will be nice because the current, like, controller grip thing is way too small for my hands.
Can't relate. I got tiny hands.
And I'm assuming it's bigger mostly because these things actually, like, jut out slightly to detach in, so they had to make it bigger to fit the internal part of that.
Probably.
But yeah, wider grip, magnet attachment, everyone knows that. The new dock is rounded on the corners, and I'm assuming, like, there's this empty space here. The current dock already has a little extra space up top, so I'm assuming that's about the same size as the current dock, and they just rounded the corners. So parents who don't know any better won't confuse it with a normal Switch dock.
Probably.
And lastly, the
Lastly.
Mario Kart section.
The Mario Kart section.
First thing they show you, start lines for 24 people
Yes.
instead of 12 like there currently is. So double the players in a race. That's already exciting. They changed Donkey Kong's model. He looks different.
Oh.
Normally he looks like that.
Scary.
And now it's a little in the background.
Terrifying.
There's like a Yoshi burger restaurant place. That's cute. These signs say 1UP fuel. I don't know if that means anything, but like, is that just a decorative sign or do we actually have to refuel?
That'd be a nice little add-in.
There's these like branching paths up here on the road. So I'm very curious if those are just going to be blocked off or how those are going to play in. Is it open world Mario Kart? Are they turning it into Burnout Paradise?
Fun.
That would be fun.
And I just wrote all the different characters that I counted.
Okay.
I saw people saying that they were taking this still image and they were counting. I saw some people say 12 or 16 characters on screen here. There's 18 here. But if you actually scrub through the whole thing, you can count up to... I got 22. Because at the very start, your very first image is you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So Mario Kart 9, or whatever it's officially going to be called, clearly supports up to 24 racers. Scrubbing through the trailer part they showed for it, I was able to count 22 of the characters, and I saw a 23rd, but I couldn't make out who they were through the YouTube compression. But I counted 22, which is exciting, because that's a lot of characters. I cannot wait for Mario Kart 9. This is going to be amazing.
Those are the things that I caught. The Mario Kart could be amazing. I labeled it Mario Kart 9, and then in parentheses 10 question mark, because the current one is 8, but they have like a mobile one, and I don't know if they're going to count that as 9. And also, companies seem to avoid the number 9 like the plague.
Wonder why.
Probably because 7 ate it. But yeah, Mario Kart stuff looks pretty cool. New additions to the Switch looks pretty cool. The fact it might be a mouse. That's my wild card guess.
Your wild card.
My wild card guess.
Mouse.
You can turn them into mice. Into meese. If I'm right on any of these, then I expect recognition. Vindication.
Okay, we can get Pokemon cards.
That's it for my theory, my thoughts. What do you think? How many of them do you think are dumb?
None.
I thought you'd think the mouse was dumb.
No, that's actually really smart. I would have never put that together.
With all that being said, when I'm right in April, when they show it on April 2nd, and I'm right,
I owe
I
you
will have
Pokemon cards.
so much vindication. So with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.